54 past the hour this morning, the New York Times reports the U.S. has deported migrants from several Asian countries to Panama. Joining us now is one of the journalists behind that story, Hamed Abdelaziz. Also with us, Mike Vigil, former chief of international operations for the Drug Enforcement Administration. So, Hamed, what's the significance of this latest deportation move by the Trump administration?
This is a major moment in immigration history. The Trump administration being able to deport people from many nations, Iran, Afghanistan, Pakistan, several other countries, including China, to Panama. This is unlike anything that I've seen before, where a country in South America is willing to take nationals of individuals from across the globe. And it appears that this will continue, at least for a few more flights, and could potentially allow the Trump administration a new way to deport people that are generally more difficult to remove.
And so, Hamed, have you been able to find out what process Panama is playing? Is it where they will be staying, in other words, or is it a point in which they will then be transferred to other countries?
It's unclear. It appears that Panama is processing them, and I would assume that there will be plans to remove them. There appears to be some sort of plan to move them somewhere else in the country and process them at that point, but we are still working on finding out the details of what happens to these individuals moving forward.
And Hamed, you report also on the State Department's undertaking of the cartels and multinational gangs to designate them as terrorist groups. What have you learned?
Yeah, this designation really allows the United States to impose broad economic sanctions on the group and anybody connected with them. And for me, it appears to be a new front on this battle against the cartels that President Trump was repeatedly attacking on the campaign trail. And this was one of his promises, right? Going directly after these cartels. And it appears that he's making do on those promises.
And so, Mike, you've spent so many years fighting cartels. Give us a broad perspective of how they operate. And I know that they're very different, but they're all pretty much under the same umbrella.
That's correct, Jose. They're multinational, very violent organizations. For example, the Sinaloa cartel, Jose, operates in 7 of the 8 continents. And they've grown to be very powerful. They traffic a multitude of drugs, but they've also penetrated a lot of legitimate industry in Mexico and other parts of the world.
So what kind of industries have they penetrated? And Mike, I'm just wondering, and when you talk about how violent they are, they're not just producers and distributors of fentanyl and drugs, but they're also involved in so many other things, human exploitation, human smuggling.
Well, they penetrated the avocado industry, which is a $3.5 billion industry in Mexico. Lemon and lime, which is a multi-billion-dollar industry, the fishing industry, the theft of lumber, and also they steal about $1 billion worth of petroleum from Pemex pipelines. So they are into everything, and as you said, they're also into human smuggling, and they're making approximately about $12 billion a year just in that criminal enterprise.
And Mike, what do you think labeling them as terrorists would do?
The only thing it does, Jose, is number one, it allows the United States to seize bank accounts here in the United States. Secondly, it can sanction American citizens that provide material support to these cartels. For example, money, lodging, false documents, weapons, things of that nature. And thirdly, the United States tries to prevent them from entering the United States. But I will say, Jose, that we've been doing that. We've been doing that for decades. I remember doing that when I was still with the Drug Enforcement Administration. And there's laws, Jose, that are already on the books. For example, the Foreign Narcotics Kingpin Designation Act that basically allows for the same thing. And like James Clapper, the former head of national intelligence, said the designation is largely symbolic.